you guys? It's Lydia here, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you 7 holiday hairstyles. Guys, it's that time of year again. I'm so excited! I cannot believe that it is almost Thanksgiving and Christmas time. It's just, what on earth? So I'm going to be taking you through 7 different hairstyles. We have Thanksgiving and then a bunch of like different Christmas party ideas. But I hope you enjoy this video, so let's just dive in. Alright, so for hairstyle number 1, we're going to do a really fun braided bun for Thanksgiving. Now I've said it before, whenever I think of Thanksgiving hairstyles, I think of like cute, pretty quick to do, and stays out of your face all day long. Also, I like everything to be up, so if you're cooking, you don't get any hair in the food because that's just disgusting. So I'm going to start with a middle part and split it in the back. I'm going to keep this real simple for y'all. You're going to start with a small to medium section up at your part, your hairline, split it into 3 and do a Dutch braid. So you're braiding under the middle section and just to braid this whole side of your head. You can play around with the different angles. You can keep the braid closer to your hairline or you can keep it closer to your part. You know, it's always fun to do that and it will change up the whole look of the hairstyle. I'm going to keep it closer to my part, I think, and just braid, adding in smaller sections for a more detailed look. But if you don't have time for that, don't worry about it. Alrighty, so once you've braided that whole side of your head, I like to stop and quickly fluff it out. So just go in, pull on small sections of hair, and get that fluffy braid. Now if you don't want it to be super fluffed, you can either not fluff it out at all or just fluff it out a little bit. You know, there's a difference between like super fluffing it and just a little bit, and you can go with just a little bit if you'd like. And then once you've fluffed out the Dutch portion of the braid, just do a regular braid all the way down. And then secure with an elastic. Alrighty, and then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Now I did a middle part. As you can tell, if you don't like middle parts, you can always sub this for a side part and like one braid will just be bigger. I've done that a lot. I've just been really into middle parts recently, so we're gonna do a middle part, but you know, if you want a side part, you go for it. Although when you're doing a middle part, you have to make sure that it's more symmetrical, so taking same size section, pulling in same size sections. It's not like essential, but it does look nicer when you have a middle part to make sure both sides are pretty even. Once you've got the 2 braids, I like to pull out pieces from around my ears. This is a really fun way to frame your face without having hair like in your face. So pulling it out around your ears or around your temples are great places for like, it adds that like wispies around your face, but it's not like in your face, especially if you do it around your ears, but even your temples, it's like on the sides, so it doesn't matter. And then for the bun, what I'm going to do is just tie my braids in a little knot, half knot, and then pin that in place. And then just wrap around the ends and pin those in place as well. And there you have it. I love this Updo. I think it's really pretty. It can work for a lot of different styles, and it's just like, it's one of those things, it's actually really quick and easy. You could also sub this for French braids if Dutch is a little bit harder for you, and it takes like, I would say probably 5 minutes. You quickly do 2 braids, do it in a bun. If the knotting technique is just confusing you, just wrap the 2 braids into a bun or something. But yeah, it's really, really pretty, really, really easy to do, and definitely a great one for Thanksgiving. So hairstyle number 2, we're starting with a little half updo action. This is for a little white elephant party. You're feeling fun, got your little flannel on. I don't know what people wear to white elephants. I'm probably gonna wear something like this, but we're gonna do something with the hair. You're gonna start with a middle part. It doesn't have to be perfect, mine never is. And you're gonna start at the corner of your part and take like a really small section, split it into 3, and do a Dutch braid going to the back. picking up just the hair on the top of your head. So braid under, pick up a little hair, pick up really small sections as you go, get that little braided look, and just go all the way back. Alrighty, so once I've gotten to like kind of the top of my head, kind of like the end of the top of your head, and then it goes down from there, I'm gonna stop and secure it with an elastic. And I like to use like bigger elastics like this because it makes the ponytail kind of stick up a little bit more and makes it more perky, which I like, so I'm gonna do that. And then if you want to, you can fluff out this braid or not. I'm gonna leave it be for now. If I feel like at the end I want to fluff it out, I will, but then just repeat the same thing on the other side. And again, like really try to go for those like little sections, not going too big here. And as you can see, I'm not picking up hair from like down by my ear. It's just kind of in this like line right here. And if you want to section that off beforehand, you can. I just don't like sectioning my hair. It never works out, so I just like to kind of eyeball it as I go or feel it as I go. But if you prefer to have like the exact sections before you braid, especially if you're like not as comfortable braiding, you can absolutely section beforehand. And then like before, I'm just securing it with an elastic right there. This is cute. I like this. It's just kind of like fun and bubbly and great for like, I don't know, I love it. That is it for the hairstyle. Great for any white elephant. It's more casual, super cute. Love it with any texture you got going on, curls, natural, whatever you got. Really, really cute. Next fancy party hairstyle, we're gonna do a really fun take on like a low bun. This can be 2 low buns. It's gonna be cool. So from the back, you're going to actually start from the front. I'm gonna start from like my eyebrows, my eyes, and go straight back from there. And this should be about half of your hair. If it's not, you know, measure it out, make sure it's equal. It wasn't, so I'm gonna add a little more hair. And so once you get it like equally half and half, I am going to put the bottom one into a ponytail. Alright, and then the top you're going to also put into a ponytail, and like remember, this is going to be the front, so you want to make sure that it looks good, so you can leave out pieces, do whatever you want, or you can leave it sleek. And this one can be a bit looser, doesn't have to be super tight. And then at this point you can pull out pieces from the front wherever you'd like. Again, I'm going to go for like temples, around my ears. I just like the way that looks. You could also go the sleek route, which is really stunning and beautiful. Just whatever you want. But now we're just going to do 2 buns. You can do whatever kind of bun you want. I'm just going to simply twist and wrap each one of my sections into a little bun and pin it in place. I like to crisscross my pins and then do the same thing with the bottom bun. It's going to be a tight little fit sometimes, so it's okay if they're like bumped up against each other, but just make 2 buns. And then I like to just kind of like pull at the bun, because I feel like not only does it make it bigger, but it also makes it more tousled. And I mean, sleek is cool, but to me, I love like a good tousled, messy vibe, even in a formal setting. I think it's really, really pretty. So that's what I'm going to do to the buns, just kind of mess them up a bit. And there we go. This is a really gorgeous, like low version of a bun. Like obviously it's kind of mid and low, but it's a really, really pretty updo. It takes like 2 seconds to do. Not really intricate that much at all, but it's so pretty. And if you have like a lot of hair coming out in the front, that would be really pretty. You know, if you like a lot of hair, you could literally have like just a lot of hair, and then you have this really pretty, like simple but like delicate and unique bun. I really, really like it. Also, this bun is perfect for adding accessories. So like if you wanted to quickly add a snap clip on the side for whatever reason, you could totally do that. See, there we go. This is super pretty, just adding this snap clip right here. It kind of looks like it's holding it all together. It's got a little accessory. You can also add like pearl bobby pins. There's a bunch of different hair accessories that have been coming out recently that are like gorgeous. This is just a really simple one that I really like. Okay, so ugly sweater party vibes. I'm super excited about this one. We're just gonna do a really simple top knot. So for this top knot, what I'm gonna do is section a really small section in the middle for our braid, and this is gonna make it, I feel like, a little more like intricate and like classy. So if you feel like top knot's a bit too messy, this one's gonna be more like sophisticated. So go from, it's gonna be a really thin part line, but basically going from like 2 inches wide maybe from here, going back. I like to make sure that this part is very, very clean. Normally I don't care about part lines being clean, but today I do, okay? And then once you finally got the section perfect, you can just section it off with a clip and then do this exact part on the other side. I'm going to do this all in the mirror because I can't see anything in the camera, but you know, just kind of make that part, take your time, it'll be worth it. Okay, so once you've sectioned this section as best as you can section it, then you're going to just clip that out of the way and put everything else into a ponytail. Just makes life easier for you. Alrighty, so once you've done that, then we can braid this section. Now you can do a Dutch or a French braid. It doesn't really matter. Originally I was going to do a French braid, but I feel like a really tiny Dutch braid would be cool here. So I'm going to change my plans and do a Dutch braid. Now the key is you're going to start with a tiniest of tiny sections. So I'm going to start with this, which is literally like 3 hairs. And then you're going to add in the tiniest of tiny sections. And it's just going to make the braid look so cool. Okay, so I messed up this braid. I'm going to quickly redo it and then I'll come back and show you what. Alrighty, so once you've done the Dutch braid and did it correctly, you're just going to do like a regular braid for just a few inches. This is just so that the braid doesn't unravel or anything. And then clip it right there. And then pull out your ponytail that you did before. And then we're just going to brush all your hair into the bun. I like to make sure that this bun is like sleek. Brush your hair. I like to flip my head upside down. Don't know if you can see me, but my head's upside down and I'm just brushing it. Also, when you go with the sleek look, it kind of looks good when your hair is greasy like mine. So, you know, there's that perk for you. Alrighty, so once you've got the sleekest of sleek ponytails, just secure your hair with an elastic. Alrighty, and honestly just this by itself is really, really cool. It's got like a warrior vibe. I don't know why this was for like an ugly sweater party, because I feel like this is more like dramatic and like fancy, but we're gonna continue. Then I'm just gonna do my laziest bun of all time, and that's simply to wrap my hair into a bun and then secure it with a scrunchie. So wrap your hair into a bun and then grab a scrunchie that matches your outfit and just put it on over top. And then you can kind of fidget with the shape a little bit. Like for mine, I feel like it's not looking good, so I'm just gonna pull at it, and there you go. Stunning, amazing, beautiful. However, if you're not like a stunning, if you're not a stunning person, if you're not the stunning type, what you can do is simply just pull your fingers into your hair and pull, and you get this like more tousled, messy vibe, which I kind of realize is more appropriate for this situation. For an ugly sweater party, you probably want something a bit more chill. So going in, kind of messing it up, and then letting the baby hairs come out. So what I like to do is just kind of go like this, let them come. Okay, and there you go. So there's like the 2 different vibes. You can have like more messy, tousled vibe, or like the sleek. But either way, with the skinny braid, I think it looks really, really cool. And it's a fun one for either like a fancy party or ugly sweater vibes. Christmas morning! is here. Alright, so we're going to do a little double braided low bun action because it's cute. So, as usual, I'm going to start with the middle part. Sorry, that started out really weirdly. But I'm starting with the middle part, and then you're just going to make 2 low buns, or 2 low ponytails. And what I like to do is keep the ponytails a bit farther back. I just think that makes like a cute silhouette. But if you want them more forward, you can do that. I'm just going to go like, so they're pretty close to each other, side by side with the nape of my neck. And then from here, you can pull out pieces from the front. I find it's easier to do it now versus later when all the hair is in. That is way too much hair. I'm sorry. Also, can we talk about how cute this is just as is? It's really adorable. But now I'm going to take this hair and split it into 3 and just do a regular braid. This will be our bun. Now if you don't like braided buns, you could do just like any other kind of bun. Doesn't really matter. But I found that braided buns, they just work well for me because keep my hair in place and it's like a fun texture in the bun. So I like that. You don't, doesn't really matter. You don't have to do it. But once you've done the braid, you can fluff it out a little bit, especially if your hair is thinner. My hair is super thick, so it doesn't really need a lot of help with volume, but I'm just going to pull it apart because I want to. And then twist and wrap into a bun, pinning in place. So what I like to do, I'm taking those jumbo bobby pins from before, I'm just kind of making a big X, and then if you need to, pinning down any flyaways. As you can see, the end is kind of sticking out right here, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that under and then pin it in place with a smaller bobby pin. And then just repeat that on the other side. And these buns, they very rarely look alike, so it's okay if yours don't either. You know, it's just 2 buns. Don't worry about them looking perfect. It's Christmas morning after all, and good grief. You have hardly any time to do your hair. Don't worry about them looking perfect. Okay, so these kind of just look too perfect, so I'm going to kind of like pull at them and mess them up a bit because I just realized like I did too good of a job, and so they're just like too perfect. So I'm just going to kind of mess it up. I don't know. It just doesn't look like messy to me. That actually helped them a lot. So sometimes, you know, if you have like a perfect looking bun, just like yank at it. It actually helps. Now, and then for this, you could always add a hat, a scarf, something cute like that. But that is it for this hairstyle. I think it's really cute for like a Christmas morning vibe. I really, really like this one. I love double buns. You all know this about me. Okay, so for our last hairstyle, we have Christmas dinner, which is always a fun one. I had no idea what people wear to Christmas dinner. Like, I'm thinking more like family, more formal, like not super formal, but like maybe with your in-laws or something. I don't know, something scary like that. So this cute little dress on. I feel really cute right now. But for the hairstyle, I went with something more like kind of whimsical, romantic, for that Christmas evening. This would also be really fun for like a Christmas Eve service or just anything. Like, this is just fun ideas. But we're going to do a little rope half updo. So you can leave out hair in the front, which I'm going to do. I'm not like I don't love always leaving hair out, but in this situation I am, just because I feel like it makes it more like romantic and kind of adds that like vibe. So I'm going to just kind of like just all along the hairline have like hair out, and then with this section, split it into 2 and then just do a rope braid, making sure that it's pointed back and not down, because if you pull it down, it's going to make a weird bubble when you try to pull it back. So have it where your hands are pulling it backwards, and then it's going to sit correctly when the time comes. And if you want to know how to do a rope braid, I will leave that video tutorial in the description. This video is going to be way too long for me to explain that. Alright, so once you got to where it can reach the back of your head, just temporarily secure it and then do the same thing on the other side. First, I'm going to let out hair. I don't want like the hairs in the front to be like too much, but I also want it to be kind of romantic, so it's like, you know, a good amount. I'm going to do that rope braid. Alright, so once this one reaches the back, we're going to have some fun. So either you can secure this just right here with an elastic, and that's easier, but I want to make it fun. So what I'm going to do is secure it with the snap clip where I kind of want them to sit. Take the snap clip just secure it right there. This is just temporarily. And then it's not staying, so I'm going to use a claw clip. So using a claw clip, just secure it there, and then with the two ends, twist and wrap them until they make their own rope braid. And you can pick up a little more hair here, so if your ends weren't long enough, just pick up hair around your ends. Alrighty, so then let go of your snap clip and secure this tail with an elastic. Now you could also leave it here and just secure that with an elastic, but no, we're gonna keep going. So then we're gonna pull in another section of hair. I'm gonna go from like, this is right above my ear. Basically just kind of like a spot where you haven't taken hair so it's still thick. Pick it up and then do the same rope braid back. Or if these rope braids are just getting like, I don't know how to do a rope braid, don't really want to do that, you can do a regular braid, or you can like be fancy and do fishtails or something. Or if you wanted to get like really fancy, you could like switch up the different kinds of braids, and that'd be like a whole nother look and a half. So if you want to do that, that would be kind of cool, especially if that's kind of your style, you know. And snap clips are a great way to secure braids, by the way, in case you ever wondered. And then just do the same thing on the other side, about the same size section. Alright, so then here's where it gets fun. You're going to pull in these two braids to the back, find your third braid to the back, and then just secure it with an elastic all about a few inches down from the first braid. So there's a little space between the two. This elastic will probably be more towards the nape of your neck. Unravel any braids that you have in your ends. Okay, so this is almost there. The final thing I want to do is these braids are just a little bit closer than I'd like. So I'm just going to pick it up and bring these braids so that they meet at just a little bit higher. I just want there to be a bigger space between the two. So just picking it up and then pinning it there in place. And there you go. I love this because it's like romantic and princess, but also like Viking. And I would absolutely wear this to like anything that's maybe like a little more fancy. You could do it to church, Christmas Eve service, or just something like if you have a more edgy outfit, this can like go in like that Viking warrior princess vibe. It's a really pretty hairstyle. I really love it. It's like unique, but just really pretty. And the 4 braids are a bit much. You can always just do 2 rope braids and then secure it into 1 rope braid. And that's really simple and really gorgeous as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved putting it together, making it, showing you all these hairstyles. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments below what video you'd like me to do next. And I'll see you next time for another awesome video. Bye guys!